Welcome to Dragon Training. First thing you want to do is to find the icon that will start the Dragon program. There's one on your desktop. It will look like this. I've also got one on my taskbar here. I'm going to click this one here on my desktop. The first thing you'll notice is the Dragon bar appears up here with the message, no user profile is open. You may or may not see this box depending on how many vocabularies you have or how many users use your PC. You'll notice here I've got two vocabularies, a pathology one which is used for the histology dictation and a general one which you can use for writing emails, Word documents, that kind of thing. So I'll go ahead and double click on this one here. You can also click open here, but it's quick and easy to just double click. We'll go away and load the user profile. It's initializing. And we're ready to start. The Dragon sidebar has automatically opened on when the Dragon opens, and I'll show you how to do that later on. But for now, I'll get rid of it. I've got it in an expanded mode. Many of you will have the collapse mode, just the Dragon bar, but double click on those arrows there and it'll expand the mode and you'll see which profile is being used. If you want to change the profile, double click there and it'll bring you back to that box, and so we can switch to our other profile. It's now loading my other profile. And there it is, there, pathology. And you'll notice my sidebar hasn't been displayed. Other icons in this expanded mode are this begin playback and begin rewind and fast forward, and I'll refer to those later on. So I'm just going to go ahead and collapse that. This icon here is important. It's red now, so that means the Dragon's off. It's not going to record anything. There are several ways you can change the mode. You can either click on the icon with your mouse, you can press the plus button on the number pad on your keyboard to wake it up, and when it's awake it'll look green like this. The other mode that Dragon has is the standby mode, and from this mode you can say wake up, wake up, or go to sleep. Go to sleep. There are some times when the Dragon will come out of standby mode by itself, so if you know you're not going to be using it, it's easier to just turn it off. There are several configuration options you can change within Dragon to make it more personalized to the way you work. Hopefully most of this will already been set up, but I want to show you where you can find these options. So from the Tools menu, Options, and you'll see these tabs. This first tab, the Corrections tab. With this first box ticked, it'll display the correction menu when you say the command select. The next text box is self-explanatory, but means that the select command will search backwards from the cursor's current location. The correct command will bring the spelling window, as will the spell command. Automatic playback will tell you what Dragon heard you say. You may find this useful at first when we all generally have poor pronunciation. Another thing I would turn on here is the enable double click to correct, particularly if you're a mouse user. Next tab is the command tab. From here you can adjust the length of the pause before Dragon recognizes what you say as being a command or general dictation. Personally, I have most of these boxes ticked, so I can do things like send email to Richard Massey, or search Google for Dragon dictation, search YouTube for Dragon dictation tutorial, it's shown this Dragon keyword edit, and if I want this to work straight away, I'm just going to tick that box. Trick for young players there, it started recording what I was doing there. The next tab is the View tab. From here we can define where your Dragon bar is to be placed. The default is docked to the top, but you can also have it docked to the bottom, floating, cling, or as a tray icon only. Your results box is the little box that Dragon uses to let you know if it's understood what you said. I like to anchor mine so that I have a consistent reference point. You can also get Dragon to beep after recognition, but I wouldn't recommend it. Next tab is the Hotkeys tab. From here you can change the key combination used to perform a function. Perhaps your plus key is too far to reach and you prefer to use the another button. So just double click on here. Enter what you'd like to use. Hit OK. While we're here, I might just show you that Dragon can also send keys or click on buttons. I'm going to turn it back on. Click OK. Press Enter. The next tab is the Playback Text-to-Speech tab. I won't say much about this tab other than you can use it if you use the Extras toolbar. From here you can adjust the playback settings, allowing you to hear exactly what you've just dictated. So these controls here pertain to these buttons here. The next tab is the Miscellaneous tab, where you can control what Dragon does when the profile opens and closes. The Dragon sidebar, as we saw before, is a handy tool, but it can take up a lot of screen capital. It's always available just by saying Show Dragon Sidebar. I'll show that. Show Dragon Sidebar. The Dragon Pad is Dragon's own word processor. So if we didn't have Office installed on the PC, we'd just use this. Show Dragon Pad. Show Dragon Pad. The next tab pertains to the dictation box, which is where a lot of the text manipulation and correction takes place. Ideally, we want the text inside the dictation box to match the text in the area you're about to transfer. In most cases, you'll be using Lotus Notes, so to match the font, we'll need to make sure that the font size is set to 10 point, and the font is set to Microsoft Sans Serif. You can hide the dictation box, but personally I like to see what I'm dictating. Another box I do tick is this one here, keep transferred text in clipboard. This allows you to paste the same contents into multiple specimens. The final tab in the options box is the data tab, but there's nothing really here of interest. So I'll move on to auto formatting. The auto formatting options can be found in the tools menu. It basically sets out rules for Dragon to use in regards to the format of the written text. I've tried to keep these standardized across the company, but if your Dragon profile is doing something peculiar like capitalizing certain letters, have a quick look at the capitalization tab. One auto formatting option we definitely need to check is in the numbers and dates tab. Make sure the write o'clock as a word is set to always and apply. Let's take a look at the commands. So this is the Dragon sidebar. From here we can see a list of commands. As you can see, this profile has no commands. So I'm going to switch profiles. So I'll switch back to my general profile, and these are all my commands. Now I can't actually do anything with these commands from here. I need to go to my command browser, find the command, and double click it. This will show you what the command actually does. It's a step-by-step command, and most of your commands should be step-by-step commands. So the first step of this command is to press Alt-3, which is exactly the same as pressing the insert area of Lotus Notes. And I'll quickly show you that. Say open Lotus Notes. So I'm going to open this case. Here's the case. There's the insert button. So pushing Alt will give you a list of numbers. So Alt-3 will be the insert button. Go back to the command. The next step is to type BSSS. So we've pushed that, we type BSSS, and then we need to press enter. And Dragon's gone away, found that from Lotus Notes, and put that text in. Let's have a look at it in action. BSSS. Let's have a look at a more complex command. So the steps are the same. This is what we say. Breast cancer. Notice that this is opened up because my cursor wasn't in the Lotus Notes field. Breast cancer. I can say undo that, undo that. So if I say again, breast cancer, breast cancer. I'm now going to use the edit that command. Edit that. And you will see the Dragon has copied all that text, open the dictation box and paste it. I can then say next field, and it will take me to that next field. All caps that, bold that, undo that, delete that, italicize that, caps that, undo that, cap that, undo that, correct take, correct to, select and through do, delete that, delete that, next field, next field, next field, next field. Once I'm happy with my corrections, I can then say transfer text. Transfer text. And the text word box into the document.